Hello, I'm Dr. Mariah, a urologist with over 30 years of experience helping men stay strong, confident, and sexually healthy after 60. If you care about your energy, performance, and prostate health, you're in the right place. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. It helps us grow and share more honest health advice with men who truly need it. Now, let's talk about something most men notice but rarely talk about: the slow decline in morning wood, weaker erections, and lower confidence in the bedroom. Many men assume this is just a normal part of aging, but that's not entirely true. Yes, testosterone levels gradually decline, but what most men don't realize is that specific muscles and circulation pathways are shutting down from inactivity. That's right. The muscles responsible for keeping blood where it needs to be during intimacy are rarely exercised after 60. And that's one of the biggest reasons you may be struggling today. There's a powerful network of muscles called the pelvic floor, and they play a key role in erectile strength, stamina, and even orgasm control. If those muscles weaken, and they do with age and inactivity, blood flow becomes less stable, erections become softer, and it gets harder to sustain intimacy. The good news? These muscles can be trained. And when they're reactivated, the results can be life-changing. I've seen men go from barely performing to rediscovering their confidence in just weeks. In this video series, I'll walk you through 5 targeted, doctor-recommended exercises that you can do right from your living room. No pills, no equipment, no side effects, just consistent, science-backed movement that restores blood flow, nerve connection, and control. But before we get to the first exercise, let's understand the root causes of erectile decline. Because once you know what's actually happening, the solution becomes a lot clearer. Now that you understand why things change after 60, let me introduce you to one of the most overlooked parts of the male body: the pubococcygeus muscle, or PC muscle. This is the deep pelvic floor muscle that acts like a valve during arousal. It controls blood retention, the rigidity of erections, and even your ability to delay ejaculation. Most men have never trained this muscle, yet it's one of the most powerful tools for regaining sexual strength naturally. Think of your PC muscle as a foundation. If it's strong, you'll have better blood flow and stronger erections. If it's weak, blood escapes too easily, and no pill can fix that. The best way to find and feel this muscle is simple. The next time you urinate, try stopping the flow halfway through. That squeeze you feel? That's the PC muscle in action. But be careful. Don't do that during every bathroom trip. It's just a way to locate the muscle. The actual training should happen outside the bathroom. The first exercise I recommend is the basic pelvic pulse. Sit or lie down comfortably. Tighten the PC muscle as if you were stopping urine midstream. Hold it for 3 seconds, then release. That's 1 repetition. Aim for 10 reps in a row. If you can't hold for 3 seconds at first, start with 1 or 2 and build up. Do this once in the morning and once before bed. It's discreet, silent, and can be done anywhere. Within 2 weeks, many men notice better control and firmer results. Consistency is key. This isn't a magic fix. It's a muscle, just like your biceps. And like any muscle, it responds to steady, progressive training. I've worked with men who were on the verge of giving up, and once they began pelvic floor training, they not only improved in bed, but also reduced nighttime urination and even gained bladder control. You have more power than you think, and it all starts with this hidden muscle. Now that you've discovered your PC muscle and started activating it, it's time to take things further and bring in one of the most underrated movements for male vitality: the glute bridge. This simple floor exercise doesn't just work your hips and lower back. It boosts circulation directly to your pelvic region, activates dormant testosterone pathways, and restores proper function to the entire lower body. It's not about building big muscles. It's about restoring your system from the ground up. Here's how to do it. Lie flat on your back with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. Keep your arms relaxed at your sides. Now slowly lift your hips toward the ceiling by squeezing your glutes, your buttocks, and pushing through your heels. Hold the top position for 2 to 3 seconds, feeling the stretch and contraction in your lower back and glutes. Then slowly lower down. Start with 10 repetitions. Over time, aim for 2 to 3 sets per session. This one movement wakes up areas that age, sitting, and inactivity have shut down. You might be wondering, how does this help your erections? The answer is blood flow. The glutes and lower back house major arteries and nerves that supply your reproductive system. If they're weak or compressed, as often happens with older men who sit a lot, blood cannot flow freely. That's one of the silent contributors to erectile dysfunction that most men never address. But the glute bridge corrects this naturally, using gravity and muscle tension to stimulate flow. Many of my patients report noticeable improvements after just a week of consistent practice. It's not only a circulation booster, it also strengthens your posture, improves your lower spine, and gives you a sense of stability and control that translates into confidence. Combine this with the PC muscle activation, and you're already reprogramming your system for better function, one controlled movement at a time. Let's keep going. Now that your pelvic floor and glutes are engaged, it's time to bring in the real power center of your body, your legs. What many men don't realize is that the largest, most testosterone-sensitive muscles in your body are in your thighs. That means if your legs are weak, your hormones will be too. And no pill or supplement can override that. But there's one move that safely restores lower body strength, balance, and testosterone production for men over 60. The wall squat. Here's how it works. Stand with your back flat against a wall, feet shoulder width apart and about 2 feet away from the wall. Slowly slide down until your thighs are parallel to the ground, as if sitting in an invisible chair. Hold that position for 10 seconds or as long as you can manage, then slowly slide back up. This isometric hold does wonders for your quads, glutes, and hamstrings, all without the joint pressure that comes from traditional squats. Start with one hold and work your way up to 3 repetitions. Why is this so important for sexual health? Because testosterone isn't just made, it's used and regulated through movement. When your lower body is active and strong, your body produces more testosterone naturally and delivers it where it's needed. Wall squats also stimulate growth hormone and improve your balance and flexibility. 2 factors that decline sharply after 60, but are fully restorable with proper practice. And the best part? You need no equipment and just a few feet of space. This move, done just 3 times a week, can completely shift how your body feels and performs. I've seen men with low drive and poor circulation gain confidence, energy, and stamina after adding this into their routine. It's not about doing it perfectly, it's about doing it consistently. Your legs are the engine of your health. If you want vitality after 60, you need to fire them up, and this is one of the safest, most effective ways to do it. At this point, you've activated your pelvic floor, strengthened your glutes, and rebuilt foundational strength in your legs. But there's a silent enemy that still holds many men back after 60, tight hip flexors. These deep muscles at the front of your hips become shortened and stiff due to years of sitting. And when they stay tight, they restrict blood flow, impair nerve signals, and even cause pelvic pain. The fix? A gentle but targeted hip flexor stretch that releases deep tension and unlocks circulation to your lower body. Here's how to perform it correctly. Kneel on your right knee with your left foot in front of you, forming a 90-degree angle. Place your hands on your hips or your front knee for balance. Now, gently press your hips forward while keeping your upper body tall. You should feel a stretch along the front of your right thigh and hip. Hold this position for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing deeply, then switch sides. Do this stretch once or twice a day to reverse decades of tension and restore mobility to a forgotten region of your body. Why does this matter for your erection and performance? Because your hip flexors surround essential arteries and nerves responsible for pelvic function. When they're tight, they compress everything, like stepping on a hose. No matter how healthy your heart or diet is, poor circulation at the pelvic junction means reduced firmness, sensation, and stamina. This simple stretch, when practiced consistently, reopens the channels and helps restore full blood flow and function. Many men overlook flexibility as part of sexual health. But in reality, a flexible hip system allows for better movement, better posture, and more confidence. This isn't about doing splits or yoga, It's about giving your body back the mobility it was designed to have. I tell my patients all the time, stiffness is optional after 60, but only if you act. And this stretch is one of the simplest ways to start undoing the years of tightness that hold you back. Not every man over 60 wants to get down on the floor or push through heavy squats, and that's perfectly fine. What matters is movement, consistency, and activating the right muscles. That's where seated leg raises come in. They might look simple, but they're one of the most overlooked and powerful ways to stimulate blood flow, strengthen key leg muscles, and support prostate and erectile function, all while seated comfortably in a chair. Here's how to do them. Sit upright in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor and your knees at a 90-degree angle. Slowly extend one leg straight out in front of you until it's parallel with the ground. Hold for 3 seconds and then lower it back down. Alternate legs and repeat for 10 to 15 repetitions per side. As you get stronger, you can add light ankle weights, but for now, your body weight is more than enough to activate the quadriceps and improve circulation. Why does this matter for men's health? Because as circulation weakens with age, especially in the lower body, oxygen and nutrients have a harder time reaching the pelvic area. This not only impacts erection quality, but can also lead to numbness, leg cramps, and fatigue. Seated leg raises help restore vascular health and muscular tone, which translates to better stamina, better mobility, and yes, better performance in every area of your life. No gym needed, no excuses. And here's the best part. This exercise also strengthens the muscles around the knees, helping prevent falls and supporting your independence as you age. In just 5 minutes a day, you're not only investing in your prostate health, you're protecting your entire foundation. If standing workouts feel intimidating or painful, let this move be your entry point. You can literally sit your way to stronger legs and better health as long as you commit to it consistently. As we grow older, one of the most silent but devastating changes in the male body is the loss of neuromuscular control in the pelvic region. This not only impacts balance and bladder strength, it also affects arousal, ejaculation, and the ability to maintain erections. But there's a low-impact movement that directly targets this issue, pelvic tilts, done regularly. They retrain your core, increase blood flow to your groin, and improve the mind-muscle connection many men lose after age 60. To perform a pelvic tilt, lie flat on your back on a yoga mat or firm surface with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, gently flatten your lower back into the floor by tilting your pelvis upward. Imagine rotating your tailbone toward the ceiling. Hold this contraction for 5 to 10 seconds, then relax. Repeat 10 to 15 times. It's a small movement, but it builds precision and power from the ground up, literally. This exercise works deeper than your abs. It activates the transverse abdominis, the deepest core muscle that stabilizes your spine and controls the pelvic floor. For men suffering from weak erections, early ejaculation, or poor stamina, this exercise reconnects the brain to the muscles responsible for those actions. It also boosts blood flow to the prostate and bladder, two vital organs that lose resilience with time. I tell my patients, you don't need to push heavy weights to get results, you just need to engage the right systems. Don't underestimate how foundational this is. Pelvic tilts are like pressing a reset button on your lower body. They improve posture, relieve lower back pain, and prepare your body for deeper levels of function and pleasure. Combined with the other exercises we've discussed, this movement creates a complete base of support, helping you move better, feel stronger, and perform at your best, even after 60. Now that you've learned 5 of the most effective exercises to improve erection strength, pelvic function, and overall vitality after 60, the question becomes, how do you fit them into your life consistently? The answer is simpler than you think. You don't need a gym, fancy equipment, or hours of free time. You just need a focused daily routine, one that takes no more than 15 minutes a day and can be done at home, at your pace, and without pain or embarrassment. Here's the routine I give to my patients. Start your morning with 2 sets of pelvic tilts, 10 to 15 reps each. This activates your core and wakes up the deep stabilizing muscles before you even get out of bed. After that, do a set of seated leg raises. 10 reps per leg while you're sipping your tea or coffee. Later in the day, around lunch or mid-afternoon, complete your glute bridges and deep breathing squats, each for 2 to 3 sets of 10 reps. Finally, end your evening with Kegel contractions, 10 slow, controlled squeezes to finish your day with blood flow and precision. Consistency is everything. These movements are not about instant results. They are about building strength and awareness from the inside out. Over weeks and months, you'll notice improved firmness, better bladder control, more energy, and even a reduction in prostate discomfort. Your posture will change, your walks will feel lighter, and your confidence in intimate moments will quietly but powerfully return. This is the path to true sexual wellness, not a magic pill, but daily discipline. If there's one message I want you to take away, it's this: your body still works. It's not broken. It's just waiting for you to reconnect with it. As a urologist with decades of experience, I've seen countless men transform their lives with these simple tools. And so can you. You are never too old to rebuild strength, vitality, and function. The only question left is, will you start today? If this series helped you, share it with a brother, a friend, or anyone who needs to take back control. Your future self will thank you.